This is what I learned in the 4 quarters of English 12. In the first quarter we talked about leadership. 2 examples we covered were the Dancing Man and Mayor Giuliani. Although they were leaders in different ways, they were the perfect examples of it. This quote, written by John Maxwell, a leadership expert, speaker, and author, sums up the big ideas about leadership and makes it much easier to comprehend. That is why I like this quote, because it is short, to the point, and simple. In the second quarter we talked about overbearing authority. 2 examples we covered that I enjoyed were 1984 and Nazi Germany. I thought they fit the description very well. For this one I picked a political cartoon because I found this very relatable to our society. Unfortunately, everything we do now is watched or put on some type of social media. This can cause overbearing surveillance and cost people jobs and so on. In the third quarter we talked about achieving success, and 2 stories we talked about were Tuesdays with Maury and College Hunks Moving Junk. That really showed me that everyone has a different definition of success. But moving on, I picked a poem for this one because I thought it was very fitting. No matter how you view success, this fits because success is all about having goals and dreams and achieving them, and that's what this poem is about. Lastly, in the fourth quarter we talked about courage and integrity. 2 stories we talked about were the Antigone play and the Thoreau play. These 2 stories are the definition of courage. Now I'd like to share a video that talks about courage.
When did we start getting so scared so easily? Forgetting what it was like to stand up for what was simply the decent thing to do. When did a punchline replace the ability and strength to stand up for what was right? What was right? Not the kind of right that blindly attacks anything different than us, but the kind of right that adds meaning and virtue to life, adds truth to facts, and adds beauty to motion, and wisdom to knowledge. When did recoiling back into ourselves replace the inclination to step forward, to challenge compromise, and to shoot down empty one-liners? There was a time when brilliance didn't frighten us, but instead invigorated us. When innovation wasn't intimidating, but instead filled us with awe. Courage isn't stupid, or blind, or impetuous. No. Courage, it's bold. It's uncompromising. It's alive. It's who we were before we forgot. It's telling those who say different to take a hike without an ounce of care or a molecule of hate. Courage.
To summarize my year in English 12, I would have to say that I learned a lot more than just English. I learned life lessons that will never go away and will help me throughout my life. One day I will eventually be able to pass down these lessons, and that's what's cool about this class. It's not something I will forget in 2 years, and I will have it forever. That's the most important thing I've learned.